what else do you say to NXT Takeover Dallas? From top to bottom, once again, NXT pulls off yet, in my opinion, yet another gold standard show. This is your boy Deluxe Man, and we are live for my NXT Takeover Dallas review, the show that kicked off WrestleMania weekend. And honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I do not see WrestleMania topping this. They are going to have to try really, really hard, because this show had what I consider to be one of the best wrestling contests, best wrestling matches to ever happen under a WWE umbrella, followed by a great tag team match, a great female wrestling match, and the main event that, you know what, had some issues, and I'll get to that, but overall was a very fun main event. Not a single bad match on this show. So give me your thoughts about this live in the chat box. And after the show, I will be reading your comments because I want to get a sense of how people felt about this show. So let's get right into it, man. Dallas, you are awesome. This crowd was electric throughout the entire show. And I'm going to give you your props at the end because I have a special kind of rant that includes something that you did that I appreciate, because it's come to a point with me where I understand WWE is putting the safety of their talents first, which is very important. But also, I do feel like it impedes on their ability to create a good show, to create great matches, to create the kind of performance that fans pay their hard-earned money to see. Hard-earned money to see. That's easy for me to say. So all that's going to be talked about in this review. Let's get to it. We open up the show with the Tag Team Championship match. American Alpha, Jason Jordan and Chad Gable versus The Revival, Dash and Dawson, ladies and gentlemen. Great match. Really, really fun match. Yes, there were a couple of moments that were sloppy, especially what looked like a powerbomb / elbow drop double team move done by Dash and Dawson that didn't quite connect, and the audience let them know, chanting very loud, "You fucked up, Chance." And you know what? They were cool about it. Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder played it up like, yeah, we screwed it up. We screwed it up. It was cool. It happens. Not every match is going to be perfect, and we know that. But honestly, despite the botches, despite the slow and messy moments here and there, it was a beautiful match. I can watch these two tag teams wrestle all day. I can watch Chad Gable and Jason Jordan go out there and just wrestle. It's like watching art, seeing these two perform. They do it so smooth. They do it so athletically. They do it so unorthodox, so fresh. It just reminds me, I've said it before, of a young Kurt Angle. A young Kurt Angle wrestling inside the ring. And I enjoyed it, man. I really enjoyed this match. The heels were playing really dirty. There was a time where Dash Wilder crawled under the ring when Chad Gable was going to go for the tag. He popped out from under the ring and pulled Jason Jordan off the apron. It was glorious. I'm just like, these guys are playing dirty. They were using the ropes. Scott Dawson put his foot on the ropes, and then Dash covered it with the towel. That was too good. That was good. But at the end, man, American Alpha came out on top. They were just too good for the Revival. Chad Gable and Jason Jordan are your new NXT Tag Team Champions. Loved it. The crowd loved it. I loved it. Had my little mark out moment. It just feels good seeing people who are actually good at what they do win championships. And you are not going to find a better tag team, a better technical wrestling tag team that can outclass Chad Gable and Jason Jordan. I just love the friendship, the camaraderie these two show in their match, and it's in their matches and their backstage segments together. So I think they're going to be a great tag team. Shut up. That is my cell phone. Going forward. So look forward to their tag team championship run, and hopefully they have a great one. I expect to see greatness come out of this tag team. So great match, great opening. And we follow that with a couple of appearances. Let's talk about the veterans. We had an appearance from Scott Hall and X-Pac, who were just there. And then we had an appearance from good old JR. That's right. Jim Ross was here tonight. We're in his home state, so he managed to show up. Well, no, he's from Oklahoma. We're close to his home state. Sorry about that. But it was around where he lived, so he was around. He showed up. It's good seeing him. Is it too much to ask for Jim Ross to commentate one more match in WWE? Look, it doesn't have to be on Raw or WrestleMania. Have him commentate here on NXT. Yeah, I'll see that. I would love to see Jim Ross commentate on an NXT special. Man, imagine Jim Ross calling this entire show. It would be untoppable. It would be an amazing show. It's already an amazing show, but it would be like, oh my God, a totally different level. So it was good seeing those guys here. Then we got some new appearances. We got a special appearance from Bobby Roode. TNA's Bobby Roode showed up before the main event. It was good seeing him. It was cool seeing Bobby Roode, and he got a massive pop from the people here in Dallas. So I think he's going to be great. He is tailor-made for WWE. He honestly should have been here years ago. I don't know why he stayed in TNA that long. They weren't using him. They weren't really treating him how he should be treated. So it was about time he came to WWE. The sky's the limit for him. The sky is the limit for someone like a Bobby Roode. Along with him is a guy named Kota Ibushi, who is a favorite of mine from New Japan Pro Wrestling. One of the best performers. The best performer? I won't go that far. He was one of the best performers. It's hard to see who's the best performer. It's hard to say who's the best performer in New Japan Pro Wrestling because they're all great. But Kota Ibushi is one of the top five, absolutely. If they sign him, if they sign Kota Ibushi, we have to do him and Nakamura one more time. That needs to be a main event. And I'm not just talking about, for the NXT Championship. You can be for the NXT Championship. I don't care if it's for nothing. It can just be those two fighting each other. They better sign Kota Ibushi because he's going to be spectacular if they sign him on NXT and WWE. Man, it's just becoming a great time to be a wrestling fan, man. It's just great. The future looks bright for NXT and hopefully WWE if they get their act together. So let's move on to the rest of the card. We had Austin Aries versus Baron Corbin, the debut of the greatest man that ever lived. Solid match, very good. And I'm going to say this. Not a lot of people were happy with the booking of this match. Austin Aries did not look all that dominant. As a matter of fact, he was dominated more throughout the match by Baron Corbin. Yeah, Baron Corbin looked like a beast in this match. And here's what I'm going to say. I'm not bothered by it because it was a situation where you can either have Austin Aries go in there and just dominate Baron Corbin and make him look weak, or you can have Austin Aries lose his first match against Baron Corbin. So it's kind of hard to decide where you go with this. Do you have Austin Aries lose and have Baron Corbin look strong? Or do you have Austin Aries completely dominate Baron Corbin and kill his momentum? This was the best way to go about it. Yeah, I understand that to some people, no one really looked strong. I mean, Baron Corbin he didn't beat him. He beat him throughout the match, but Austin Aries came out with the victory. So it was like, okay, did it really mean anything? Could it have been booked better in a different way? Maybe. I don't know. It's kind of hard to decide how it could have been booked. Let me know down below how you would have booked this match. Would you have gone with the Austin Aries dominant victory? Or do you think this was the best way to go? Because honestly, I wouldn't change anything. I don't know how to follow up this match. Yeah, man, that's just how it is. So I'm going to go with this is the best option. And if I come up with something better, we'll talk about it. But for right now, Austin Aries wins with a roll-up. You know, he didn't use the brain buster. He just beat him with a roll-up. You know, he scurried away. He skirted by with the victory. So, there you go. All right. Oh, man, this fucking match. This. Woo! This match. This match right here, guys. I've been watching wrestling since 1998. You know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I am a wrestling encyclopedia. Try to be, to help give you guys the best wrestling videos out there here on YouTube. Best wrestling content, period. When I tell you this match took me back to the early days of me watching wrestling, the time where I was so invested into the wrestling match that I stopped being a critic. A time where I can sit down and just watch a match and just be so enthralled with the magic of it. You know, I see the guys as legit people, as characters, having a competition, you know, being that invested, being that into the match. This match did that to me. This match took me back to that age where wrestling was something that I cherished, where I enjoyed it, where I'm not just watching it as a guy, just reviewing it to talk about it. You know, this was a classic. This was another NXT classic, but another classic wrestling match, period. And WWE should really take a look at this match and go, what the hell are we doing? Vince McMahon apparently was there at NXT Dallas tonight, watching this match backstage. He saw every single thing that happened on the show tonight. I hope Vince McMahon saw this match and went, what the fuck are we doing? What the hell are we missing out on? Why is this match not on WrestleMania? What are we doing? I hope this match opened up the eyes of Vince McMahon and told him and showed him what he is missing out on, what he could have, what he could be making money off of right freaking now. Because freaking Shinsuke Nakamura and Sami Zayn tore it down in Dallas, Texas. Amazing match. Classic. I don't know what Dave Meltzer would give it, but I would give it 5 stars. That is what I would call a blueprint match to which all matches should be compared to. Matches like CM Punk and John Cena, matches like Bret Hart and Austin, matches like The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin, matches like Shawn Michaels and Undertaker at WrestleMania 25. This match was a fantastic work of art. It was a work of art. You know, it was the exact match it needs to be. It was the exact match I wanted. It was the exact match that I got. Let's talk about the stuff in this match. So there was a spot during the match where Sami Zayn and Nakamura were trading blows. And when I tell you, they were hitting the fuck out of each other. Like, it wasn't, you know, playing off, like acting kind of shots. No, it was stiff forearm shots. It was so stiff, it busted Shinsuke open. He was bleeding. It was dripping down his nose. And then after he knocked down Sami Zayn, I swear to God, I hope I got this right, but this man did this to his nose, got the blood, looked at it, licked it. I'm not joking you. I swear to God, he went and licked his blood. And I'm just like, yes. Woo, man. It was awesome. But Nakamura, let's talk about Nakamura for a second. First off, if this is the first time you've seen him, let me know how you feel. I definitely will be reading your comments. But this guy is just oozing with charisma. Everything he did. His entrance, fantastic. I'm pissed off that the network was buffering during it. I had to go back and rewatch it. That's okay. It's fine. I still saw it. But entrance, fantastic. Him just walking around the ring and doing all this and all of that. And, you know, when he gets ready to kick somebody, he just does like some kind of a pose. And then it's quick. It's here. He's here. He's a superstar, man. He is a freaking superstar. And WWE would be crazy not to showcase him as a freaking superstar, as someone who is a legit wrestler, a strong, legit wrestler, the king of strong style. Let's talk about other stuff. Sami Zayn was awesome in this match. Of course he was. It's Sami freaking Zayn, perhaps the best babyface wrestler in the world right now. High-flying spots, stiff kicks, stiff punches. It had everything you could want, man. I'm trying right now to find another spot that I liked. And right now, it's just kind of hard for me to pick one particular moment that made me go, this match is amazing. Everything about the match was great. Everything about it was fantastic. Everything about it showcased why wrestling to me is one of the best things anybody can watch. When wrestling is done right, when wrestling is on, it's one of the best things anybody can watch. Great match, man. Shinsuke Nakamura wins with the Boomaye, which is not called the Boomaye anymore. It's his running knee, the running knee strike. And I forgot the name of it. Someone tell me the name of his finishing move again. He got a new name for it. Someone will tell me in the comment section. Yeah, man. I don't think I can watch WrestleMania 2 now. I'm going to be comparing every match that I see to this match. That's bad, man. I'm scared. I'm scared. The only match that I even see coming close to at least being just as great as this match, well, two of them, Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar, Shane McMahon Taker, everything else won't even come close to this match. Won't even come close to it. Standing ovation was given to Sami Zayn after the match, and apparently this was his farewell. This was his farewell match from NXT. And if that's true, if that is true, this is Sami Zayn's last match on NXT. What a way to go out. Perfect way to go out. Sami Zayn has to be one of the best performers to ever walk into that brand. They call him the heart and soul of NXT. He is the heart and soul of NXT. That's exactly what he is. That man has had some of the best matches I've seen in years. Let's go down the list. Sami Zayn versus Cesaro. The 2 out of 3 falls match and the match at Arrival in 2014. The Fatal 4-Way with him, Neville, Tyler Breeze, and wow. How did I forget the fourth one? Who was the fourth guy in that match? Tyson Kidd. Man, I miss Tyson Kidd. I hope he recovers soon. And then, of course, you got Sami Zayn versus Neville at our Evolution. Man! And then, of course, him and Kevin Owens. Him and Samoa Joe just a few weeks ago. I don't know what you can do with Sami Zayn that won't be right. The guy is going to be awesome. I'm just scared because he's not the prototypical wrestler. We've seen it with Daniel Bryan. Let's be real. We've seen it with Daniel Bryan. I think we're going to see it with Sami Zayn on the main roster because he's not the prototypical big man, muscle-bound model look. They'll look at him and go, we'll give him the U.S. Championship, which is, I guess that's okay for right now. But he's not going to go past mid-card. He's not going to go past mid-card on the main roster, and he should. He should. He does never give up better than John Cena. But like CM Punk, like Daniel Bryan, like Seth freaking Rollins, like all these other indie wrestlers that weren't created by WWE, they're going to give him a hard time. They're not going to give him the showcase. They're going to give him the spotlight. They're not going to give him the 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 tools necessary. Well, he has all the tools. What am I trying to say? They're not going to treat him like he matters because he doesn't have the look that they want. And that's not cool. That's just me being a negative Nancy because I feel this way because every single person that comes from NXT and then goes to the main roster, so far they haven't been treated very well. And I don't think Sami Zayn is going to be any different until the audience makes them treat him well, which will be the case. This will be another example of the audience forcing the WWE to push someone that deserves it. So they better be ready for it. If they're not going to treat him like he matters, if they are, that's cool. But if they are not, be ready for the fans to backlash. Because Sami Zayn is way too good. He is way too good to not be a future main eventer. So is Shinsuke Nakamura. Okay? Thank you to the both of you for an amazing match. And thank you, Sami Zayn. Thank you, Sami Zayn, for an amazing career on NXT. And here's hoping that you have an amazing career on the main roster. But man, this fucking match was awesome. Oh yeah, I just realized something. Doesn't Sami Zayn have a ladder match in 2 days? That's bad. He has to go from this stiff-ass match to a ladder match at WrestleMania. What the hell? I'm pretty sure he's like, fuck. Damn. Yeah, it is what it is, guys. That's just how the cookie. Let's move on. Bayley versus Asuka for the NXT Women's Championship. Yeah, we're going from a classic to this freaking match. No room to breathe. This, if they had more time, this would have been a good point to put in Apollo Crews versus Elias Sampson because we needed that break between the matches. Now, to their credit, Bayley and Asuka had such a great match, it didn't matter. You know, I kind of feel like because they did so well against each other and because they had such a compelling match, they were able to carry that momentum from the classic into their match. The only downside that I have about this match, the only issue I have about this match, it's a nitpick. I feel like it should have gone on 5 more minutes. Just maybe a couple more minutes longer. It felt kind of short. I don't think, as great as it was, I don't think we got the best out of Asuka and Bayley. I feel like there's still more left in the tank. So maybe, just maybe, we might get one more between the two. And then Bayley will move up to the main roster, which is fine with me. I would love to have these two go out there one last time and tear it up. If they don't move Bayley up to the main roster, because Bayley did in fact lose her championship to Asuka. Asuka is the new NXT Women's Champion, as I predicted, and as most of you predicted. But great match, man. One hell of a contest. Bayley pulled out some new stuff tonight that I didn't think she had in her. Bayley seems to be that kind of wrestler that is constantly improving, constantly reaching into her bag of tricks and giving us something new, giving us our money's worth. Who does that remind me of? A certain showstopper. Can't put my finger on it. The icon, the main event, some guy, you know. She has elements of Shawn Michaels. That's probably the biggest compliment I can give her ever. You don't get any bigger than that, in my personal opinion. The man that I consider to be the greatest performer to ever work in a WWE ring, you know, she has elements of Shawn Michaels. I'm not saying she's just as good as Shawn Michaels. She reminds me of Shawn Michaels, which is a great thing, an amazing thing. She pulled out some kind of a Rey Mysterio baseball slide Hurricane Rana to the outside. That was sick. She did this awesome counter from Asuka's kick into an ankle lock from Kurt. Like, it's like a Kurt Angle-esque ankle lock. It was awesome. Yes, of course, Asuka did it to her too, but Bayley did it back to her. And I'm just like, hold on, Bayley. Bayley was so over. I really do think, here's how I saw it. It started off 50-50. Half a cheer for Asuka, half a cheer for Bayley. As the match went on, more people got behind Bayley because she's so freaking awesome. Y'all don't know. WWE does not know. And again, Bayley is another one that I hope Vince McMahon was watching, because Bayley is money. That girl's going to be amazing when she gets to the main roster. She is going to be so great, marketable, whatever you want to say. She's going to meet all standards and probably break them. But I hope he saw this match, and I hope he appreciated her for the right things. Please don't look at her as someone that just loves to hug people. No. Okay? This is a girl who was a fan of the sport, who's very loving, who's very caring, but who is working day in and day out to be the best performer that anybody can look at. But at the exact same time, she's doing it maintaining who she is. She is a loving person. She does like to hug people. But when it's time to get down inside the ring, she's one of the best. If they can capture that on the main roster, they would have a moneymaker. Absolutely. In the end of it, though, Asuka was just too good for Bayley. Towards the end, Asuka just started woman handling Bayley. Did this awesome corkscrew slam that she turned into the freaking Asuka lock. Bayley fought really hard to get out of it, but at the end, Asuka made her pass out. Not tap out, pass out to the Asuka lock. And Asuka wins the championship. Now, I was told that Izzy is Bayley's #1 fan, the little girl that sits in the front row. She was devastated by this. I hope someone posts a video if they recorded it. But if it's not recorded, hopefully WWE got a shot of it. I was told that Izzy broke down. She cried her heart out, and they carried her out. Her parents had to carry her out because poor Izzy had to see Bayley lose. And it was sad because Bayley was sitting on the outside, and she was just down. She shut down. She was completely damn. I let my fans down. I let everybody down. I thought I was gonna, maintain this legacy of being the best female wrestler out there. And, I felt it. I felt it, man. I felt sorry for her. And the crowd felt sorry for her too. And I like the little moment where Asuka, when she's walking away with the championship, she turns around, looks at Bayley, and just looks at her. Doesn't go up to her. She just looks at her, kind of I don't know if it was a look of concern. Maybe it was a look of concern. I don't know what you would call it, but she just acknowledged the fact that, I appreciate you for having that good match, and just walks away. I do think they should have a rematch. I do think eventually these two should have another match on NXT, not WWE. No. Don't do that to us. On NXT. Maybe one more before Bayley moves up. Maybe. Or she could move up and she can just come back down and have one more match. I don't care. Do it that way. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure Izzy was heartbroken. But here's my thing. I'm not upset that Bayley lost the championship. Bayley had an amazing 7-month-long run. She has nothing. She has nothing to be ashamed of. And if what I'm hearing is correct, if what I heard, rumors are saying that WWE is going to rebrand the Divas division and call it the Women's division with a new Women's Championship. If that is true, I cannot wait for Bayley to move up. I cannot wait for Bayley to move up. If that's true. In the end, Bayley's going to hug you, fail to Asuka's going to kill you. Let's talk about the main event. Let's talk about Samoa Joe versus Demon Finn Balor for the NXT Championship. Let me just get this right out the way. At the start of the match, Samoa Joe headbutts Finn Balor and cuts himself really badly in the corner of his eye. And when I mean really badly, I mean this side of his face was covered in blood, crimson red blood. And it looked very, very scary. It dripped down to his body. It was covering his shoulder. And I'm not going to lie, it made him look like a legit monster. He looked like such a badass with all that blood over his body. And again, it reminded me of back in the day when wrestlers were able to bleed. And I thought it helped the match. I felt like if they would not have touched him and he wrestled the rest of the match with blood, my God, it would have taken this match to a completely different level, which is what it needed. It really needed that different level feeling. So the blood really added to it. But unfortunately, because this is PG, because this is WWE, who, to give them the credit that they deserve, they are showing concern for their wrestlers, for their talent safety. So I'm not necessarily mad at them attending to his injuries. What I get upset about, what I get pissed off about when it comes to all the medics stopping the matches and cleaning up the wrestlers, these wrestlers are professionals. These wrestlers get into the business knowing they're going to get hurt. These wrestlers cherish, it might sound a little sick, but these wrestlers cherish their injuries. These wrestlers, they look at these scars and bruises as, man, I cherish this because this is the time I sold out an arena, getting this, giving the fans what they deserve, giving the fans what they paid their hard-earned money for. And I feel like when these guys stop the matches, even if it's for a few seconds, and it wasn't for a few seconds, this went on for a while. I feel like they stopped the match a minute just to attend to his injuries. When they do that, it hurts their ability to put on a great contest, to tell a story, to really give the fans their money's worth. That's the problem I have. That's the issue I have with these stoppages. I'm not saying that they can't go out there and attend to their wounds, attend to their injuries. I'm not saying that. And in this case, maybe they should have done that because it looked very nasty. But at the exact same time, Samoa Joe was fine. He was doing great. He was turned up. I felt like he looked a lot more vicious with blood. Blood is necessary in wrestling. That's what I'm going to say. It's necessary. Blood is a necessity. You need to create the idea that this can't be done by everybody. Not everybody can do this. Not everybody should do this. Blood is necessary. So when the crowd starts chanting, PG sucks, fuck PG, let them bleed, they're not saying that because they're sick bastards. Most of them are not saying that because they're sick bastards. They're saying that because they want a good match. They want to be invested. They want to get behind it. They want to get involved in the world that you're telling. But when you stop it, oh my God, I forgot. This is a show. It tells them that, okay, this is a show. And I get that it's not real. But you want these fans to be invested in your product. You want to invest these fans into your product as much as possible because that's how you make money off of them. So I feel like he should have let him bleed. I understand WWE is trying to keep the wrestlers safe, but this is what they do, man. This is what they do for a living. They should have full control over what happens during matches. If he wants to ask for medical attention, fine. But if he wants to continue the match, let him finish it. Let him finish the match. Because like I said, I personally think the blood added to the match. We need to go to a different level with Finn Balor and Samoa Joe. But give me your thoughts about that, man. And I'll read your comments after the show. But the match itself was very fun. I thought it was a very good match, despite the stoppages that hurt the momentum. I feel like if they were to have had a straight-through match where they had no stoppages, they were able to tell one coherent story and just work a stiff brawl because they were turning it up. Both of them were turning it up in this match. If they were to have a have a consistent match, this probably would have been a better match than what it was. Because the ending felt very abrupt. It felt like they had to rush the ending because, Joe's injury. But I do like the callback, the callback to the match between Bret Hart and Austin in 1996, that Survivor Series match, because that's how Bret Hart beat Stone Cold Steve Austin, the exact same way Finn Balor beat Samoa Joe. That's how Austin beat. That's how Austin lost to Bret Hart. That's how Bret Hart. Did I just say Austin beat Bret Hart? No, that's how Bret Hart beat Austin, the exact same way Finn Balor beat Samoa Joe, which I liked. I just feel like it would have meant a lot more if they were able to tell the kind of match they could have told. But that's just my opinion. That's my opinion. I understand some people feel like what they did was the right decision, and that's fine. I'm not going to tell anybody that don't take care of the wrestlers. I get that. But how they do it from now on, I do think they should do it in respect to the art, in respect to them having a match. You know, that's just my opinion. I'm not ranting. I'm not mad. Because honestly, there is no right answer to this. But I am telling you how I feel. Because talking to certain wrestlers, you know, they want to go out there and give the fans what they want. Fans want blood. Let them have blood. I do love the PG sucks chants, though. I do love those chants. Thank you, Dallas, for that. Good match, though, man. Balor retains. No interference. He just beat Samoa Joe clean. I wish we would have had a better, again, if we had a stronger match, I would have been okay with it. But I wish we would have had a stronger finish than that. It is what it is. Samoa Joe walks out on his own power. And Finn Balor's inside the ring. And then they have this big stare off where I think it's like kind of a look of respect from Samoa Joe to Finn Balor acknowledging that you are the better man. So if that was the case, cool. We close the show with Finn Balor as the champion. And Samoa Joe, I hear he's moving up to the main roster. Well, if he is moving up to the main roster, thank you, Samoa Joe, for having a pretty solid run on NXT. That was a pretty good run. I do wish he would have won the championship, though. I do wish he should be champion. Man. Okay, guys. That was NXT. Let's get to your comments. I'm going to give that show an A. An A show. Absolutely. Yet another golden standard. Another gold standard from NXT. Let's see what you guys had to say about NXT. Go into the chat box right over here. Let's see here. A lot of you showed up tonight. I appreciate that, guys. Well, overall consensus is everybody thought it was a great show. The Twitter poll has like 97% thumbs up out of 300 votes. So everybody loved the show. Different degrees. Some thought it was good. Some thought it was awesome. Some thought it was entertaining, you know. So CBA, that's fine. I'm giving it an A. A majority of you are giving it a B. That's fine. What grade would you give it, a B? Let's see here. Bayley's better than Sami Zayn. We all have our own tastes. Let's see here. Let me see here. Everybody's just, you know, having a good time in the comment section. I appreciate that. Crowd was all sad that Bayley lost. I agree with that, man. No point of Shinsuke Nakamura winning. Disagree with that. If Sami Zayn was going to the main roster, this was the perfect match for him to lose. This is the perfect match for him to not pass the torch, but to go out on. Winning or losing. That's just my opinion. People are saying that Bayley and Asuka should have gone 20 minutes. They only went 15. Yeah, I agree with that. Asuka's better than Bayley. That's your opinion. I don't know about that. Well, yeah. Asuka's awesome. They're both good in their own way. Best takeover since our evolution. Wow. So to you guys, this is the best takeover period, because I've heard people say that our evolution is the standard bearer. That is the best, the absolute best NXT takeover show. Some of you are saying that this show is better than that. What do you guys say about that? Let me keep talking about it, guys. Do you think this show is better than our evolution? Let me see here. Finn Balor needs to turn heel. Finn Balor should turn heel. I wouldn't be against it. I mean, if he's going to be on NXT for much longer than probably anybody else, why not? Bring in the Balor Club, have him fight Hideo Itami. I think the next logical opponent, yeah, is Hideo Itami. I think he should drop that belt to Hideo Itami. And especially if you're bringing in Kota Ibushi. Then we got Hideo Itami, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Kota Ibushi on the same freaking show. Ooh, snap. So, yeah, if we're going to have him drop the belt to Hideo Itami, absolutely turn him heel. Absolutely. I agree with that. Let me see here. PG and TV 14 had nothing to do with the quality of a show. You are absolutely right. It's pretty much more about allowing the wrestlers to do more than what they're able to do. Being able to tell better stories than what they're able to do right now. Blood is necessary. I've said it before. Blood is necessary in wrestling. You have to have blood for it to work. You have to tell the story that this can't be done by anybody. That this is a dangerous sport. You shouldn't do this. Okay, it's not all clean fun. It's not all clean fun. Dancing ballet. This is not ballet. Okay, this is a fight. This is a legit fight. Okay, we're going back and forth. Some people say our evolution was better. Some people say this was better. So we'll find out later on after we get a general consensus. Maybe after tonight, after it's settled down, we'll decide which one was better. As of right now, I can't decide. I'm still coming off my high of the show, so I can't judge it honestly at this moment. So I'm not even gonna go there. We'll find out. I love both shows. Couple more, then I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Kind of wish AJ Styles went to NXT to fight Finn Balor. Well, who says he can't? Who says at the next NXT special we won't have AJ Styles versus Finn Balor? Why not? Seriously, why not? Just because he's on the main roster. And I mean, Sasha Banks came down to fight Bayley for the NXT Championship, and she went to the main roster. So just because they're on the main roster, does that mean we still can't see them wrestle on NXT? Just saying. Just saying. Match of the night was definitely Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I think everybody says that. I think everybody's in agreement that that was the best match on the show. One of the best matches this year. And right now, the reigning, defending match of the year for wrestling. At least from WWE. One more. Then I'm going to get out of here, guys. Let me see. Austin Aries match was disappointing. You know what? I said this, like I said, man. I get it. You want to see him dominate Baron Corbin. But, you know, they had to come out looking strong in their own way. So that was the best way to book it. I don't know any other way to book the match than how they did it. Unless you guys could tell me another way. So, all right, guys. That's going to do it. Sorry about that. That's going to do it for tonight's live review. So, you guys are going to see me Sunday for my live Wrestlemania review right after the show. Don't catch the 1 hour post-show commentary crap. Come see me here on Deluxe Man's channel. It's going to be a great show. Can't wait to see it. Well, the review. WrestleMania, I don't know. It has the potential to be a great show if they do everything right. So, thank you guys for watching. I will catch you guys next time. This is your boy, Deluxe Man, signing off.